is Justin Lene, Managing Director of NEI Horizon in Tucson. 30 years commercial brokerage experience in multifamily. Completed over 800 million in sales in the Southwest. Thank you, Justin.
Good morning. I want to talk a little bit about the transit situation downtown to the university relating to sales for student housing. The highest per unit sale that occurred on just market rents was a Roger Carver deal over at Tanca Verde. It was he does a 13 to the acre single story deal. It was $142,000 a unit, and that's a pretty significant per unit price. That was about I think it was a 5.8 cap rate. 2 student housing deals sold, one in 2012, the District on 5th, which was right near 4th Avenue and 5th Street, for $320,000 a unit. The Retreat at 22nd and Park sold last December for $338,000 a unit. So there's a big spread, and the reason the spread is there is they rent by the bedroom, and they get about $800 per bed, which puts you in at $3,200 a unit, as opposed to maybe a high-end deal HSL product, which rents for $1,200 a unit. So there is a significant profit in the student housing deals. They're typically furnished, they're concrete, they're I think other than the Retreat, they're concrete steel buildings, the Level, the Next, and the Hub, which are all at First and Tyndall. Haven't sold yet, but I look, once they fill up and have some stability, you'll be looking at probably $350,000 a unit. So it's quite a business to be in today, and there's been a lot of guys jump in, equity, educational REIT, campus acquisitions, things like that. Related to our regular market, we've seen steady improvement in the fundamentals. Population has gone up 7,500 this year, with 4,400 new jobs planned this year. That's a tremendous difference between 2009, when we had negative job growth, negative population. We've had positive absorption in the second quarter, 2 years in a row, which is kind of unheard of, because typically the spring quarter, the retirees go back to their homes in the east, and students leave. So that's a positive sign. Our vacancy is 9.05 for the second quarter. In 09 it was 12.2, so there's significance there. We have like the second lowest rents per unit average in the United States, I think next to Wichita. And it's in 09 our rents were $630. They went up $9 over a 5-year period. That's not real impressive. Net rents went from 11% to 6% of gross. There is a difference between the new product that's going up, the HSL Encantada product, the Roger Carver Avia product, and a Mark Taylor. Roger Carver's rents are about $1,100 per unit average, different than the $630 on the old stock. The rents for HSL probably around $1,250 per unit, and the highest rent is Chris Kimberly has a project on River Road called, I think, Galleria del Rio, and he has a 3-bedroom and a 4-bedroom attached direct access garage. It rents for about $1,500 per unit, so that's pretty significant. Let's see. New construction, again, Roger Carver, doing a bunch of single-story units, Sabino and Cloud. He's at Orange Grove and La Cañada, or La Cholla. Mark Taylor's come back into the market for the first time in about 14 years, building a project out in Oro Valley called San Dorado, and Bert Lopez is also building across the street. A little bit of a concern about maybe overbuilding in the Oro Valley area. There's about probably close to 850 units under construction right now. So we'll see where where that goes as far as absorptions and maybe any giveaways. Sales activity, mostly old stock product, 1985, 1995 product, 6.5 to 6.8 cap rates. There was a significant sale of 1,166 units. That was about an average of $29,000 per unit, which is pretty low. So I'm going to do a little bit of a discussion about Washington, D.C. We can do a studio rent here, maybe old stock, for $550 a month. I was doing some research for a Bozzuto project, podium, 4-story, 4.5 over 2 parking. And for a studio in Washington, D.C., it's 405 square feet, and they get $2,800 a month. So there's a little disparity between Tucson and Washington, D.C. One significant sale in Phoenix, it was a podium deal, Alliance Residential near 24th and Camelback, sold for 277,000 unit market deal. So that was a significant trade. Any questions? It's getting better. All right, thank you.